Professional golf is a sport that is so much more than just getting a golf ball into a hole in the ground. There are so many ways that golfers around the world show their appreciation for the sport, and one of them is their enthusiastic appreciation for the PGA Tour. Many fans even wish to compete in the tournament one day alongside their favorite golfers. And while that may seem like a far-fetched fantasy, it is completely achievable. And to prove exactly how doable that is, here's our series on how to become a professional golfer on the PGA Tour. Whether you're a recreational golfer, a beginner, or just a fan of the sport, this series is designed to provide you with valuable insights into what it takes to make it onto the tour. We'll be covering everything from developing your skills to competing in tournaments and sharing tips and advice from experts in the industry and from golfers who have successfully made it onto the PGA Tour. So, if you're interested in learning more about what it takes to become a professional golfer on the PGA Tour, be sure to tune in to each video in this series. The way we see it, there are a few simple steps to follow if you want to get on the PGA Tour. 7 to be precise. Number 1, and this is pretty self-explanatory, you must be really good at golf. Getting on the tour is not for amateur golfers. Keep watching this video to learn exactly how to get there and what is it that makes a good golfer. Number 2, you need to compete in amateur events to get your skill level up. Then, for step number 3, it's time to shed that amateur golfer status and go pro. And if you're wondering how, this series is perfect for you. The 4th step is going to Q school, and the 5th is eventually competing on the infamous Korn Ferry Tour. This will lead you to the final steps of 6 and 7, which is when you'll be able to become a PGA Tour player and get on the PGA Tour. So far in this series, we discussed how to get good at golf on a personal, amateur, and professional level. And now it's time to move on to talking about what comes after. Say you establish yourself as a pro golfer. How do you get to the PGA Tour? Do you just sign up and wait for your name to be drawn out like the lottery? Well, it's a bit more complicated. See, to get onto the PGA Tour, you have to first go through the Korn Ferry Tour. And in the past, you could register for the Q School, grind out 6 days of tournament golf, yes, 6 days, and then you could make it to the big leagues. As we discussed in our last videos, the process has gotten a bit more complicated now. If you're curious about the exact details, be sure to watch our last video before watching this one. In this particular video, we're going to give you all the info you need to get on the Korn Ferry Tour as a stepping stone for the PGA Tour. The Korn Ferry Tour is a highly competitive golf tour that offers players the opportunity to earn their way onto the PGA Tour. It's a stepping stone for many aspiring golfers, providing a pathway to the highest levels of professional golf. But if you're interested in learning exactly what that entails, stick around. First up, it is definitely not for the faint of heart. The tour is the proving ground for some of the best up-and-coming golfers in the world, and it's a serious grind. Playing on the Korn Ferry Tour means you gotta be willing to travel all over the place, hitting up tournaments left and right. It's like being a road warrior. And let's not forget about the competition. These golfers are no joke. They're hungry, they're determined, and they're gunning for that top spot. So you better bring your A game, or you're gonna get left in the dust. Despite the challenges, playing on the Korn Ferry Tour can be an incredibly rewarding experience. For many golfers, it represents a chance to fulfill their dreams of playing professionally and potentially making it to the PGA Tour. It's also an opportunity to develop their skills and gain valuable experience that will serve them well in the future. In terms of earnings, the Korn Ferry Tour offers a range of prize money depending on the tournament. While it may not be as lucrative as the PGA Tour, the Korn Ferry Tour can still provide a comfortable living for those who perform well. In fact, many golfers earn 6-figure sums over the course of a season, which can be a significant boost to their careers and finances. If you've gotten to the Korn Ferry Tour, chances are that you might just find yourself comfortable sticking to this level. And if you choose to do that, good for you. Here are more specifics on the money side of things, if you're wondering how that compares to being on the PGA Tour. So what can you expect in terms of money when playing on the Korn Ferry Tour? As of 2021, a typical event on the tour has a total purse of around $600,000, with the winner taking home $108,000. Now, we know that might not sound like the millions of dollars on offer at PGA Tour events, but it's still a pretty significant amount of money, especially for young players who are trying to establish themselves in the sport. What's really exciting though is that players who finish in the top 25 of the season-long money list are guaranteed a promotion to the PGA Tour for the following season. That's right. There's a lot riding on each tournament, and every player is gunning for the top spot in the rankings. So if you're dreaming of making it to the big leagues, the Korn Ferry Tour is a great place to start. Now, not every tournament on the Korn Ferry Tour is created equal. Some events have larger purses than others, and some are more prestigious than others. For example, the Korn Ferry Tour Championship is the season-ending playoff event for the tour, and it offers a purse of $1 million. Winning this tournament can be a major boost for players' careers and earning potentials. Overall, the Korn Ferry Tour is a fantastic platform for young players to showcase their skills and potentially make it to the PGA Tour. And with some serious cash up for the grabs, there's no doubt that these tournaments are competitive and exciting. So, if you're a young player with big dreams, keep grinding it out on the Korn Ferry Tour. Who knows where it might take you? Finally, let's talk about the details of the competition itself. As of 2021, the Korn Ferry Tour schedules features a total of 25 tournaments, which run from February through October. That's right, there's a jam-packed schedule of travel and competition for these golfers, with little time to rest or recover between events. So if you're thinking of pursuing a career on the Korn Ferry Tour, be prepared for a hectic schedule. Now let's talk about what the tournaments themselves look like. Each event is played over 4 days, with the first 2 days of being used to determine which players make the cut and continue on to the weekend rounds. And let's be honest, this can be a nerve-wracking process for players, as they are constantly jockeying for position and trying to avoid being cut from the field. But for those who make the cut, the weekend rounds are where things really get exciting. Players are competing against some of the best up-and-coming talents in the world, all trying for a chance to make it onto the PGA Tour, and with a significant amount of money on the line, the pressure is on you to perform your best. So, can you make a comfortable living playing on the Korn Ferry Tour? The answer, as with many things in life, is it depends. According to the Golf Digest, the average Korn Ferry Tour player earns around $50,000 per year from tournament winnings. However, that doesn't take into account other sources of income, such as sponsorships, endorsements, and appearance fees. Some players on the Korn Ferry Tour are able to secure lucrative deals with companies, allowing them to supplement their earnings and focus more on their golf game. Others may struggle to make ends meet, especially if they have to pay for travel, lodging, and other expenses out of their own pockets. However, it's worth noting that the Korn Ferry Tour does offer some financial support for its players. According to Golf Channel, the tour covers the cost of entry fees for players who can finish in the top 45 on the money list. Additionally, players who finish in the top 75 on the money list are exempt from pre-qualifying for the following season's events. Ultimately, playing on the Korn Ferry Tour requires a lot of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. It can be a challenging and often stressful experience, as players try to balance the demands of competition with the realities of life on the road. But for those who are able to rise to the challenge, the rewards can be significant. The Korn Ferry Tour offers a chance to hone your skills and gain valuable experience. And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed part 5 of this series, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Press the bell icon to get notified every time we upload more videos in this series, and follow us along as we teach you exactly how to get onto the PGA Tour.